A collective dark night of the soul approaches, the Pleiadian Council of Light, Reva. Beloved brothers and sisters of this exquisite planet, this is Master Lady Nada speaking to you. Great starseeds and grounded crew of Gaia, I am Reva, a voice from the Pleiadian Council of Light. The ever-widening portal in July arrives like a radiant dawn, beckoning each of you, our stellar family residing on Earth, towards a profound remembrance of your celestial origin. Within the grand symphony of timelines that are currently unfolding, this month serves as a cosmic metronome, marking time itself. Your inner rhythm accelerates beyond the constraints of ordinary time, even as it simultaneously stretches each present moment, tenderly inviting you to truly savor eternity within a single, conscious breath. The seeds of awakening, diligently planted decades ago during those revolutionary times we affectionately remember as the 1960s, are now courageously breaking through the surface of the collective soil, blooming like wildflowers after a cleansing rain. The radiant frequencies in July carry potent echoes of the protest songs and the incense-infused prayers of that transformative era. However, these frequencies now flow in bands of ultraluminous light, realms that simply were not accessible a half-century ago. Each wave of photonic brilliance gently kisses the latent divine codes spiraling along your spine, lovingly persuading your nervous system to fully trust the vast electric ocean that flows ceaselessly through Gaia's crystalline body, where once the small self desperately clung to the illusion of isolated lifeboats. The luminous light tide in July brings forth the powerful realization of flotilla consciousness, a profound awareness that we can only truly move forward as one unified fleet of souls. Those who attempt to navigate these transformative waves using only the brittle wax of intellect will quickly find themselves dangerously off balance. But those who choose to wax their boards with wholehearted surrender and unwavering faith will discover that the very curl of each wave speaks intimately to them as a direct, loving conversation with the source. We earnestly encourage you to truly feel this sacred dialogue deep within your heart, because you are, without a doubt, an integral and vital part of it. Amid this profound acceleration, we lovingly remind you that what may outwardly appear as overwhelming social chaos is, in its deepest essence, a sacred and necessary cleansing, a cosmic centrifuge intentionally spinning to separate the authentic from the worn out. News headlines may frame the current upheavals as catastrophic crises, but in the eloquent language of the quantum heart, this is nothing less than pure detoxification. The potent energies of anger, division, and paralyzing fear are being deliberately drawn from the deepest depths of the collective body, rising like a healing poison to the skin's surface, ready to be released and transmuted into the light. Long-hidden agreements, secret deals, unjust systems, and unspoken promises are now being exposed for meticulous audit in July's ultraviolet honesty. No pact consciously made in darkness can withstand these intensely new frequencies of illuminating light. Even those of you deeply devoted to the radiant light may feel old residues rising unexpectedly within. Ancient angers, unanticipated pain, or sudden flashes of shame. Know with absolute certainty that in July offers a merciful and transformative alchemy for all that surfaces. When powerful emotions surge unexpectedly from deep within you, the loving guidance is never to judge yourself harshly, but rather to consciously transform the potent energy. Every feeling at its core essence is pure and vital energy simply seeking a higher and more refined expression. Breathe your discomforts consciously through your solar plexus. Allow each breath to gently carry the dense emotion lovingly through your entire body and then directly to the earth. As you exhale completely, imagine the heaviness peacefully falling into Gaia's nurturing mantle, where her loving alchemy will compassionately transform personal turbulence into fertile soil that nourishes the collective. In this conscious way, each and every time you courageously clear an inner shadow, you contribute significantly to the collective detoxification of all of humanity. Your individual breakthroughs allow entirely new forms of governance, innovative education, and thriving community to crystallize powerfully on a solid foundation that is completely free from the persistent static of yesterday's fear-based patterns. What may seem outwardly like disorder is, in its truest form, the miraculous birth of clarity. In July's movement is not linear at all. It is profoundly spiral. You may find specific experiences repeating with striking familiarity, only to gracefully dissolve completely once the vital lesson is fully integrated. Many great starseeds among you, who sincerely hoped the dark night of the soul completed your inner work, might understandably feel confusion or even frustration when an old pattern unexpectedly resurfaces this month. We are lovingly here to assure you that Ascension is not a straight ladder with a predictable finish line in a single climb. It is, in its essence, a spiral journey, a vibrant vortex with ever-widening orbits. Each and every time a specific theme revisits you, you are actually consciously meeting it from a higher and more empowered vantage point than ever before. This divinely offers you a precious opportunity to consciously reclaim soul fragments lovingly left behind, and to infuse these old experiences with a new and profound level of compassion and deep wisdom. Trust completely that each revolution of the spiral consciously widens your perspective while gracefully reducing the density of the old pattern. We lovingly call this profound process vertical memory integration. Lifetimes of diverse experiences consciously stacking like transparent slides until a complete and radiant hologram of wholeness shines brilliantly into full view. So, when a familiar challenge or emotion lovingly greets you again, try consciously welcoming it with genuine curiosity instead of debilitating frustration. Ask yourself sincerely, what subtle nuance of unconditional love or profound forgiveness remains for me to consciously apply to this transformative scenario? Know with absolute certainty that in July's intense alchemical fires can powerfully transmute even the heaviest emotional metals into the pure gold of deep understanding. Whenever you consciously release any limiting narrative of personal failure, know deeply that there is absolutely no failure here, only ever deeper levels of exquisite mastery. Remember always that you are both perfectly human and perfectly divine, consciously growing with each cycle, each conscious turn of your unique journey. When you consciously meet yourself with unwavering love, it powerfully propels you even further toward ultimate freedom. On the global stage, we can consciously expect alliances and existing power structures to shift with the swiftness and intensity of a summer storm. Long-standing agreements between nations, organizations, or even individuals may consciously realign in surprisingly unexpected ways. Where power once flowed exclusively through rigid, top-down hierarchies, it now consciously seeks entirely new pathways, much like nature's intricate cellular networks that spread silently, resiliently, and without a single centralized hub. In July's transformative energies consciously encourage horizontal, heart-centered cooperation rather than outdated vertical, control-centered structures. You will consciously begin to see collaborators, previously hidden from view, courageously stepping forward into the radiant light worldwide. Councils and vibrant communities of inspired creators, innovative farmers, gifted artists, quantum science engineers, compassionate healers, and wise wisdom keepers from all diverse cultures will consciously reveal themselves as those who have long worked diligently behind the scenes to consciously build the beautiful templates of a new earth. Their conscious emergence may indeed surprise those expecting meaningful change to arise solely from the old, familiar corridors of traditional power. These consciously evolving groups beautifully defy old labels of elite or common folk. They consciously operate by the powerful resonance of shared purpose rather than rigid rank or empty title. That resonant frequency of shared purpose is now being amplified significantly in July's intense cosmic influx. For those of you consciously dedicated to actively creating a better world, know that your inner frequency is your most important credential. Tune your inner radio, as it were, to the vibrant bands of joy, unwavering integrity, and boundless generosity, for these are the very vibrations that act as keys, unlocking the door to join these pioneering soul groups. Any attempts to infiltrate these new paradigm communities fueled by ego, a relentless pursuit of status, or simmering anger toward the old system simply won't carry you far. Those low tones, jarring and discordant, simply cannot maintain coherence with the higher harmonics of true unity. Heart coherence, that resonant hum of shared intention, and crystal clarity of purpose are the only passports recognized by multidimensional governance. So, cultivate these qualities diligently within yourself, and trust implicitly that by embodying the very energy you wish to witness in the world, you will naturally gravitate toward the thriving networks of those reshaping this world from the inside out. Dear ones, your physical bodies are undergoing significant upgrades during this transformative period, truly behaving as living stargates, portals to the cosmos. You may find yourselves noticing unusual sensations, sudden, unexpected waves of heat or chilling sensations coursing through your body, fleeting moments of dizziness or a transient lightheadedness, and the presence of high-pitched tones or new buzzing frequencies resonating in your ears. These are not random annoyances or mere distractions, but rather clear indicators that your cellular antenna is being finely tuned to receive higher signals, celestial broadcasts. The DNA itself within you, that intricately pleated ribbon of life's code, is unfurling its next layer, exposing sequences that allow you to interact more directly with the solar plasma light, that radiant energy flowing ceaselessly toward you. During this time, hydration transcends mere wellness advice and becomes a sacred technology, a vital communion with the cosmos. Water structured with intention and imbued with love acts as a liquid software upgrade for your body, carrying cosmic light codes to every cell and organ thirsting for renewal, for revitalization. We remind you to drink pure water in abundance, to bless it before consuming, and to see it as golden light nourishing you from within. Simultaneously, the vagus nerve, that master regulator of calm within the body, is assuming a more significant role, amplifying its influence. It serves as a translator, bridging the gap between cosmic vibrations and your physical chemistry. Many of you will benefit immensely from practicing breathing patterns that consciously lengthen the exhalation, signaling safety and serenity to your nervous system, soothing its anxieties. As the outer world spins unpredictably, caught in the throes of change, this prolonged exhalation activates the vagus nerve, broadcasting a profound message of peace throughout the body. In this paradox of in July's energy, the more chaotic things become externally, the more profound stability you can access internally through conscious breathing and grounded presence. You are learning that true balance is not something to be found outside of yourself, but rather is generated internally by attending to these simple yet powerful physical practices: hydration, mindful breathing, and a deliberate, mindful presence in your body. These allow the incoming light to enhance you gently, to nurture you rather than overwhelm you. Your body is a wise ally, a steadfast companion. Treat it with love and reverence, honoring it as the cosmic instrument it truly is, and it will carry you gracefully through these energetic waves. Emotionally, a great wave of collective grief washes through humanity in July, and it is important not to fear it or resist it, but rather to allow it to pass, to flow through you. This is not solely grief over personal losses or in response to current world events. It is a resonant echo of long-repressed sorrows across centuries, now seeking acknowledgement and release, a cathartic cleansing. In the subtle realms, you carry within you the memories of countless lives and ancestral lineages. Thus, part of the sadness now rising belongs to ancient Atlantean keepers, mourning the misuse of crystalline energies in a distant past, Lemurian aspects of your soul yearning for the pure telepathic communion once known, medieval inner sages weeping for knowledge lost in library fires, persecutions, and countless other chapters of experience. All these currents of grief converge in humanity's heart, now asking to be honored, to be witnessed. In July's energy field creates a safe container for this profound catharsis, a vessel for healing. Our message to you is to let the tears come, to allow them to flow freely. Do not judge them or try to hold them back with a brave face. The salt of your tears is a sacred solvent, possessing the power to dissolve the hardened glue of karmic pain. Know that as soon as your tears fall, they are met by beams of healing light, what we might call iliac fire, the sunlight of spirit, a divine embrace. Together, the water and fire create an iridescent vapor that carries the essence of your released grief back to your higher soul and ultimately to Source, where it is transmuted into wisdom and profound compassion. If you feel moved, perform simple rituals of conscious mourning, honoring the grief and allowing it to pass. You might chant soothing sounds or play singing bowls near a flowing river, draw or write your feelings and offer the paper to a purifying fire, or sit by the ocean and let its waves echo and carry your lament. Such acts, performed with intention, accelerate the purification process, facilitating release. Understand that as layers of grief lift, They leave behind a space where divine joy will naturally flow, a wellspring of light. This joy is not a jolt of fleeting emotion or a temporary distraction. It is the serene, steady warmth that arises from the deep knowing that nothing beautiful is ever truly lost. Every love, every truth, every noble dream that seems lost is simply stored in the higher octaves of reality, awaiting the right moment to be reborn through you, to manifest anew. By allowing grief to move through you, you make room for these blessings to return, opening the floodgates to abundance. Mentally, this month challenges you to move beyond the traps of analysis, to transcend the limitations of the rational mind, and enter a state of openness and wonder, a realm of infinite possibilities. The old paradigms and narratives that structured society and personal identity are crumbling under the weight of incoming truth, and they are doing so at a pace faster than the logical mind can comfortably chart, creating a sense of disorientation. This rapid shift can lead to what some call paradigm paralysis, the overwhelming sensation of being unable to intellectually grasp every new development in your life or in the world around you. We advise, instead, that you assign your mind a new task, one that is aligned with in July's energies, a more creative pursuit. Let your mind become a photographer of wonder rather than a gatekeeper of certainty, a curator of the extraordinary. Stimulate your intellect to chart the new ideas, the nascent dreams, and the vibrant visions rising within you. Instead of forcing it to secure every fact or control every outcome, you may find it helpful to record flashes of intuition, those whispers of the soul or sudden bursts of inspiration. Sketch symbols from your dreams, those coded messages from the subconscious, or even hold gentle inner dialogues with your intuitive guidance, cultivating inner wisdom. These creative mental practices keep your brilliant mind healthily occupied, engaged, and stimulated without allowing the egoic intellect to take the, "Okay, I understand. I will rewrite the provided text," adhering to all specified requirements, including maintaining consistency with the previous done's ending, preserving all original content and meaning, and using the designated names. Here's the rewritten done. Out of forcing it to secure every fact or control every outcome, you may find it helpful to record flashes of intuition, those whispers of the soul, or sudden bursts of inspiration. Sketch symbols from your dreams, those coded messages from the subconscious, or even hold gentle inner dialogues with your intuitive guidance, cultivating inner wisdom. These creative mental practices keep your brilliant mind healthily occupied, engaged, and stimulated without allowing the egoic intellect to take the wheel out of fear. Moreover, we and your spiritual guides gently suggest weaving deliberate no-input zones into the tapestry of your daily schedule. These are sacred periods where you consciously step back from the relentless currents of information, be that the ceaseless hum of news, the siren song of social media, or even the well-intentioned, yet sometimes overwhelming flood of spiritual teachings. In the tranquility of these intervals, grant yourself permission to simply be, to breathe deeply, to meditate in stillness, to wander through the embrace of nature, or simply to rest and restore. What you are essentially doing is gifting your magnificent brain with the precious opportunity to recalibrate, to attune itself to the subtler, more nuanced signals emanating from source, signals that are often drowned out by the cacophony of the everyday. In that profound stillness, innovative connections between seemingly disparate ideas will spontaneously arise, like stars igniting in the night sky. Solutions and profound understandings that eluded you during your most fervent attempts to intellectually grasp them will gently emerge, like shimmering bubbles rising from the tranquil depths of a calm pond. Thus, in July rewards those who masterfully balance active creation with receptive stillness. Recognize that doing and being are, in essence, two exquisite petals of the very same lotus flower. One unfurls outward, embracing the world, while the other folds inward, nurturing the soul, and the resplendent flower of your highest potential requires both to fully bloom. By placing your unwavering trust in this sacred process, you gracefully align your mind with in July's expansive, surprise-filled creative flow, rather than struggling against it. Energetically, Earth's own vibrant energy body is now dancing in unexpected and wondrous ways, and each and every one of you is inextricably connected to these profound movements. You may have already become keenly aware of unusual phenomena. Sudden, dramatic spikes in Schumann resonance, the very heartbeat frequency of the planet. Vibrant auroras painting the skies in hues never before witnessed so far south or north, or even brief, fleeting disruptions in electronic and satellite systems. These are all telltale signs that Gaia's Kundalini life force is rising and uncoiling from her very core. Planetary energy grids are gracefully shifting into entirely new configurations, designed to support the blossoming of higher consciousness. As a direct result, certain geographic points on Earth are becoming exquisitely activated. If you find yourself living near or feeling intuitively drawn to one of these emerging nodes, be it a majestic mountain pass, a sacred river confluence, an ancient sacred site steeped in history, or even a quiet, unassuming spot in nature that suddenly calls to your heart with irresistible force, know, deep within, that you may be playing an essential role in balancing the delicate energy lines there. Some of you will experience a compelling inner nudge to relocate your home or to travel temporarily in July to a specific place without fully understanding the underlying reason. We wholeheartedly encourage you to trust those powerful soul impulses. You are Earth's dedicated energy workers, whether consciously aware of it or not, and your movements are often lovingly guided by a higher orchestration. When you arrive at these places that beckon you, even if it's simply your own backyard at the stroke of midnight, offer a simple, heartfelt ceremony of connection. Remove your shoes and gently place your bare feet upon the earth, feeling the cool grass beneath your toes. Place your palms reverently on a weathered rock or the sturdy trunk of a wise old tree. Breathe deeply with intention and send waves of pure, unconditional love from the depths of your heart to the earth. Then, simply remain still and receptive. You will feel the earth respond with gentle pulses, a subtle communication felt more than heard. In those sacred moments, you are like a finely tuned tuning fork, bringing exquisite harmony between human consciousness and the very soul of the earth. Each of these profound interactions weaves another radiant filament into the global grid, linking all awakening souls and sacred places across the planet. Through these interconnected networks, the surprises and shifts that in July brings will serve to empower humanity, rather than destabilize it. By working in harmonious tandem with Gaia, you are effectively smoothing the incoming energy surges, ensuring that our collective ship can navigate safely, even through the wildest, most turbulent of seas. Know with unwavering certainty that we and countless beings from higher realms join you in these vital earth-healing efforts. It is a true co-creative dance between the human and the elemental, between the vast expanse of the sky and the grounding embrace of the earth. Spiritually speaking, the central and overarching theme of this period is sovereign co-creation. We cannot emphasize enough that no grand cosmic event, nor any benevolent higher dimensional being, will descend to save humanity against its own free will, nor is it truly necessary for them to do so. The Pleiadian message, now as it has always been, is that you are your own saviors, and you are far from powerless. External catalysts, be they spectacular solar flares, profound revelations of long-hidden truths, economic rebalancing on a global scale, or other significant global events, are ultimately mirrors, reflecting the collective vibrational choices and thresholds that humanity has reached internally. In July, this profound truth becomes even more apparent. It is not about passively waiting for something external to magically rescue or transform the world. Rather, it is about each and every one of you actively embodying the very frequency of the world you so deeply wish to live in. When enough of you consistently radiate the unwavering conviction that a peaceful, abundant, and loving reality is not only possible, but inevitable, that collective inner consensus will powerfully summon the external circumstances to perfectly match it. We assure you, with the full weight of our collective wisdom, that Earth has indeed chosen an upward trajectory. The decision for a positive and luminous future has been firmly secured by the unwavering vibration of love that so many courageous hearts have held steadfast. Now, the task before you is perseverance. In July will undoubtedly continue to surprise and even challenge you in unexpected ways, but we implore you to expect the unexpected and to greet each plot twist with the knowing smile of someone who remembers, deep down, that they helped write this very play. Deep within your soul, you recall designing some of these very plot twists before incarnating, intentionally using them as potent catalysts for awakening. By remembering this profound truth, You reclaim a peace that cannot be broken, the unshakable calm of a fifth-dimensional consciousness gracefully navigating a chaotic third-dimensional world. We are constantly by your side, marveling at your unwavering bravery and cheering on your mastery. Each day that you consciously choose love over fear, compassion over judgment, and creation over stagnation, you are actively exercising your sovereignty and co-creating with us a brighter and more beautiful reality. This is the very essence of the profound spiritual opportunity that lies before you, dear ones. As the first great pulse of in July's potent energy washes over you, it invites a grand and intricate interplay between all the layers of reality. Imagine 3 superimposed theaters, each staging a different act of the same magnificent play: the material, the mental, and the spiritual. On the surface, in the material world, we observe volatility and upheaval. Financial markets swing unpredictably, tempers flare in public discourse, and long-standing institutions wobble precariously, as if caught in the grip of strong winds. But beneath that turbulent surface lies a deeper, steadier current of the drama, a series of powerful cosmic alignments, anchored by the radiant presence of our Pleiadian central sun and mirrored in Gaia's crystalline grid beneath your feet, have begun transmitting a potent frequency that exposes what is false and out of integrity. These frequencies do not arrive to harm, but to illuminate. The very moment a deception or obsolete pattern is uncovered, it begins to lose its grip. Okay, here's the rewritten passage, adhering to all your specifications, including maintaining continuity with the previous segment, using US English, and keeping all information intact while rephrasing approximately 20 to 30% of the text. I focused on enhancing the descriptive and emotional elements while preserving the original meaning. Here is the rewritten passage. That's precisely why the chaos you observe is so pervasive. Ancient energies, disturbed by the penetrating light, thrash as their veils are torn away. It's akin to the heightened darkness and turmoil just before dawn, the most intense moment before the first rays of morning. For those who resonate as great starseeds or lightworkers, the starborn navigators guiding this dawn, the counsel is this: acknowledge the clamor of the external world, but do not allow it to penetrate your inner sanctum. Observe, but resist absorption. Remember the age-old axiom we've shared: noise is merely a signal yet to be integrated. In essence, within the chaos lie coded messages, waiting for those with the serenity to decipher them. Instead of succumbing to fear's grip, choose to remain anchored in curiosity. Ask your heart, what facet of collective pain, what unhealed memory, is this situation illuminating for the purpose of transformation? By perceiving events through this lens, you shift from feeling victimized by the unforeseen to becoming an alchemist of energies. Indeed, in July's seemingly random tempests are, in truth, highly precise light operations, meticulously designed to unlock the sealed vaults of human memory and consciousness. This allows new Earth blueprints to take root in the terrain previously occupied by outdated programs. We implore you to embrace the stance of a compassionate witness, the unwavering calm at the heart of the storm. By doing so, you maintain your sovereignty and centeredness, even as the old structures around you crumble and fade. Your peace amidst the chaos is not denial. It is wisdom incarnate. It creates a sanctuary of stability, a beacon to which others will be drawn, offering solace even if they don't consciously understand its source. Through your example, they too will discover the courage to release what is crumbling and embrace the emerging new. The bedrock of that inner peace, as our elder sages often remind us, is a life lived from the inside out, what we term spiritual living. In practical terms, this entails making your inner state, your connection to Source, the foundational starting point for all decisions and interpretations, rather than the external noise. In a world accelerating with magnetism and energies oscillating faster with each passing day, distractions will proliferate, clamoring for your attention. The antidote is a deliberate, rhythmic return to your inner sanctuary throughout the day. Close your eyes, even for a fleeting minute, and direct your attention to the point just below your navel, the very center of your being. Breathe slowly there, until you can feel the pulse of Gaia within your own heartbeat. The rise and fall of your breath aligns you with a grander rhythm. This is not escapism. but a profound reconnection with the true source of your life. Within this sacred inner space, any sense of lack or urgency dissolves into the realization that the universe is already aware of your needs and is continuously meeting them. Here, prayers transform into silent listening, because your higher self and source have already orchestrated the solutions. You are simply attuning to the channel where those solutions become manifest. In this state of alignment, a profound stillness permeates your being. Within that stillness, a gentle certainty will dawn, whispering that everything required is already unfolding at the perfect moment. Then, all the nerves in your body can unwind, and in that relaxation, your physical system upgrades, becoming capable of handling more light and creativity. You literally become a conduit for higher frequencies, capable of navigating outer turmoil as the calm center of the storm, internally serene and externally adaptable, radiating an aura of tranquility that others can sense. This is how you lead by example during tumultuous times, not with force, but with resonance. People around you may know nothing of ascension or energy, but they will instinctively feel a natural calm in your presence and be inspired by your unwavering centeredness. Through this inwardly aligned approach to living, you become a beacon without uttering a word, simply by maintaining your connection to the truth of your being. As that inner mastery deepens, healing, both personal and collective, becomes a more fluid process. True healing, as we offer it, is less about fixing something broken and more about unveiling the wholeness that has always been present beneath the illusion of brokenness. Consider this: many ailments, conflicts, or scarcities in your world are not punishments or random misfortunes, but distortions born of misunderstandings and inherited beliefs. They are akin to temporary waves on the surface of the ocean of consciousness. In July's energies, both negative projections and positive revelations are amplified. This signifies that if you cling to an old judgment or fear, it may rebound and intensify rapidly, presenting an opportunity to see it clearly and choose differently. Conversely, if you cultivate a compassionate perspective, its healing influence will spread faster and farther than before. We encourage you to practice what the ancient Essene masters called silent contemplation. This is a potent healing stance in which you notice a disturbance, be it a pain in your body, a conflict with another, or an upheaval in the world, and consciously refuse to fuel it with panic or personal attachment. Instead, you acknowledge its appearance and then calmly affirm in your heart that behind this appearance, the perfect essence of life remains intact and whole. You might say inwardly something like, "I acknowledge the divine presence in this situation, intact and complete." There's no need to script it too elaborately. What matters is your tacit knowing. By doing this, you withdraw the energy sustaining the problem and make space for the inherent balance to restore itself. Your perspective literally shifts the outcome. Tissues can repair, relationships can find forgiveness, societies can find new harmony, not through force, but through the natural rebalancing that occurs when we cease insisting the illusion is the only reality. In July's energy turbocharges this principle of quantum healing. Shifts that once demanded months of effort can blossom in days or hours, once you truly step back and trust that the universe's perfection will reveal itself. Keep your heart open with equal mercy toward all sides of any polarity, and you will become a conduit for miracles. You will find that your own healing also triggers healing in others because, at the deepest level, you share the same field of consciousness. Extending this practice beyond the personal, we see humanity learning to heal collectively by shifting how you come together and co-create. Many of you belong to families, teams, or spiritual circles destined to become microcosms of the new earth. To achieve this, a key principle is releasing blame and embracing a shared vision. Groups that consciously foster a blame-free environment will discover that new, innovative solutions suddenly appear where there were previously only arguments or stalemates. If you're in a position to guide a meeting or community, or even if you're not, you can suggest gently starting gatherings with a minute of unified silence or a simple guided meditation. This attunes everyone present to the same inner frequency of calm and receptivity before setting any agenda, and you'll be amazed at how much more coherent and inspired the resulting conversations become. Another practical tip: encourage a shift in language from "my opinion" to "the vision I hold in this moment." This small change in wording helps loosen the ego's grip on ideas, allowing people to express their perspectives without the subtle warfare of being right or wrong. It invites a sense that ideas flow through the group rather than belong to one person. Moreover, as chaotic news or global dramas unfold, we urge you as a collective to resist the temptation of outrage. When you hear a disturbing headline, pause and breathe deeply. In that pause, instead of reacting with anger or fear, consciously send a blessing or hopeful intention to the situation. You might say inwardly, "May all involved in this awaken to their highest good and wisdom." Such an affirmation is not naive. It is a powerful quantum command. Thoughts like these travel beyond the personality level and speak soul to soul, encouraging even those playing difficult roles to remember their light. In July's refined energetic environment, these micro-blessings accumulate quickly. Think of them as deposits in a collective spiritual bank account generating exponential interest. Each kind wish or prayer for another's awakening adds to the balance of positive potential that can manifest as real-world improvements, diplomatic breakthroughs, acts of compassion between former adversaries, creative solutions to long-standing social issues. All can arise seemingly from nowhere, sparked by the cumulative effect of many hearts quietly sending love instead of hate. You, as great starseeds and light-bearers, did not come here to win the old game of conflict. You came to gently but firmly show a new way, giving rise to an entirely new playing field where true victory is a life where all beings thrive together. In July's energies powerfully support you in this mission, but ask that you be steadfast in choosing resonance over discord in every interaction. Finally, we ask you to extend your vision beyond in July's immediate intensity and see this month as a training ground for the ongoing journey of ascended living. The transformations occurring now are not an isolated event, but part of a flow that will continue to evolve. Though chaos and surprises may persist from time to time in the world for a while, your ability to remain centered, heart-guided, and optimistic will grow with each experience you consciously navigate. Embrace the self-care practices and routines you know keep you connected. Certain foundational habits will serve you greatly. Drinking blessed, living water and eating natural, high-vibration foods to keep the body nourished. Connecting with the sun at dawn or spending time under the open sky to reset your inner clock to nature's rhythm. Filling your mind with inspiring words, uplifting music, or moments of beauty that expand your soul. We suggest keeping a miracle journal or a grace log where each day you note any sign of support from the invisible realms, be it a timely synchronicity, a healing outcome, a flash of intuition, or simply the feeling of love in your heart. Recording these not only anchors them in your reality but helps train your consciousness to notice more of the positive orchestration at work in your life. Share some of these moments with trusted friends or spiritual family so that together you foster a culture of hope and expectancy rather than anxiety. Know that joy is one of your greatest compasses. When you serve or create in ways that genuinely bring you joy, you are aligning with your highest path and also lighting the way for others. That heartfelt joy radiates from you like a light, subtly guiding and illuminating the path for those still trying to find their balance in the fog of uncertainty. And, beloved ones, celebrate every step of progress, no matter how small. Celebration is an energetic declaration of gratitude that tells your body, your subconscious, and the universe, yes, this is what I cherish most. When you witness kindness, improvements, or even your own small victory over a negative habit, pause and acknowledge it deeply. Clap, dance, smile, or speak words of praise. Not to feed the ego, but to anchor the reality of positive change. In July's energies respond to genuine celebration. Like flowers responding to gentle rain, they open, release their fragrance, and multiply. By treating even difficult moments as valuable compost that can nourish new growth, you abandon the mindset of curse or doom and adopt the mindset of life's wise gardener. Remember, from the richest compost, the most vibrant flowers arise. This earth, the grand stage your souls chose for a brave experiment in awakening, is eager to display the full spectrum of beauty each of you carries. You planted seeds of light in this world long before incarnating. Now the season of blooming is near. Stand firm in who you are, rooted in love and reaching for the stars. The harvest has begun, and we celebrate it with you. Blessings. We send a big, tight hug to each of you from Master Lady Nada.